The battle for the Sea of Thieves is here. Season 8 has arrived. The biggest update to Sea of Thieves ever. With that though, there's 2 new curses. The best ones ever. So this video is the fastest way to get the blessing of Athena's fortune. Sea of Thieves Season 8 is a faction war. The 2 sides that you can join. To unlock the Ghost Curse, you'll need to be joining the Guardians of Fortune on the Pirate Lord's side. Sorry, Servant of the Flame folks. To do this, go to your captain's table. There you'll see the Hourglass of Fate. Flip this to the Guardians of Fortune and vote to represent them. Once you do this, you are now a live target, and ships can spawn on you, real player ships, to attack you. And if you defend with honour, then you'll get allegiance to the Guardians of Fortune. Allegiance can be found in the Reputation tab. It's essentially a new pane, and there's one for either faction. The second biggest way to earn allegiance is by actively hunting yourself. Go to the war map on your captain's table and open it, and then you can vote to matchmake. You'll dive below the surface and then you'll resurface next to an enemy boat. If you successfully sink them, you'll earn allegiance. You can of course use an emissary flag, potentially netting even more rewards should you work the grades up. So far I've realised that it gives so much grade if you use one. Additionally, there's also streaks. For every ship you sink without sinking yourself, you'll start to build up a streak. Once you get to streak level 4, you'll be a faction champion. Streak level 4 also marks the maximum allegiance multiplier. That's right, for every ship you sink you'll start to also build up a multiplier. This multiplier caps at 4, but your streak can keep going forever. So you can be at streak level 10, but your multiplier will be capping at streak level 4. This multiplier will net great amounts of allegiance. Once you're a faction champion, you're marked on the map for all to see. If people sink you, they'll also earn more allegiance than normal, so you're a high value target. If you're a faction champion, you'll be able to vote to fight much larger crews than yourself, netting you even more allegiance. Sea of Thieves Season 8 also introduces a treasure grade. This grade will go up for every piece of treasure you put on your boat depending on its value. For every ship successfully sunk, you'll gain even more allegiance depending on your treasure grade. Additionally, when you choose to leave the fight, depending on how high your treasure grade, you'll earn even more allegiance when you vote out at any outpost. Seeing as this video is purely based around the fastest way to get the Ghost Curse, I won't be going into detail about how treasure grades impact the gold you get. That'll be in a separate video that I'm doing about factions and allegiance explained. Anyways, let's get on with the fastest way to increase the Guardians of Fortune allegiance then. Now you know how to actually do it, of course. For me, there's only one clear way to do it, and that is through, well, streaks. They've got this system for a reason. First off, you're not going to be defending. Defending, you will not gain as much allegiance as diving. You're going to have to risk it, and you're going to have to get your PvP skills better if you want to do this really fast. Keep diving over and over again. If you're thinking about your treasure grade, you're going to gain that up anyway, because the chances are at least one of the boats you're going to fight is going to have a lot of treasure on it, increasing your grade when you sink them. And it is a when you sink them, of course. Now when you get to streak level 4, obviously there is a huge multiplier, and for me, I'll be voting down and out of the war at this point, and then voting back up so you can rebuild it up, for a few reasons. The first off is that being a faction champion is incredibly risky. Whilst obviously you can vote to fight bigger boats, if you're on a sloop and you fight a galleon, that's pretty risky. However, that's not a bad choice to be fair, but generally, as I say, I'll vote out, mainly because you get marked on the map. This means that you're going to have loads of people coming to you, whether they're in the war or not, because you're only really interested in people that are actually fighting for the servants, otherwise you're not going to gain anything. This war is between the servants and you, not external people. So to gain the most allegiance, you're going to want to do that and vote out. Now arguably, I could say that if I see people coming towards me as a champion, I'll just vote to matchmake and dive. Whilst this is a solution, it is all about risk reward. You do want a bit of gold. However, if you want to have the absolute fastest way, the best way is going to just continue going at streak multiplier 4 and risk all of the loot you have. It is a very much risk reward system, and that's the best way I can see to do it, if not the only way I can see to do it really fast. Allegiance level 100 isn't too hard to get. I'd like to think it's not ridiculously grindy, but it will take a fair bit of work. So it's definitely worth going at your own risk and own reward. That is the fundamental basis of this entire update. Now there's one more thing that I haven't explained, and that is about emissary flags. because you can now hand in a Reaper's Bones emissary flag to the mysterious stranger. This is weird news, I don't know. This is a very much welcomed change, and I was kind of surprised when I saw it. It makes sense, to be fair. And the person who I was playing with, who handed it in because I'm Athena 30, said it gives you a lot of rep, which is really good. It gives you the same amount of gold and a lot of rep, so that is very good. Definitely worth handing them in. Doesn't give you allegiance, surprisingly, even though there's a commendation under allegiance, but it's rep. We'll take it. Alright, back to everything Ghost Curse, though. My biggest tip that I can give for this update is make sure you're stocked up. When you dive and you're in the underwater tunnels, or that's what they're internally called, the underwater trenches, whatever, matchmaking for a crew, you need to make sure you're prepared. Load all your cannons, make sure you have cursed cannonballs beforehand. In this update, they actually rebalance cursed cannonballs and completely nerf them out of the park. You can only carry 5 at a time now, etc. So that's probably why. But make sure you have them loaded. Make sure you have every single cannon loaded, because if you're diving, you have the advantage. You literally have the surprise attack. You won't be right next to them, but you'll be very, very, very close to them. So it's definitely worth doing that. Make sure you do that, stock up and be ready. Have food on you. You have preparation time. It's not like you've not opted in for this. You have time to prepare. They don't have as much time as you. So make sure, if possible, have cursed cannonballs, have blunderbombs on you, have good food on you, have everything that's good like that on you. Stocking up will be key to this update, and also knowing your technique, of course, but don't waste the time when you're underwater. Obviously, marvel at it maybe the first time because there's some beautiful environments there, but make sure you are prepared for battle. That is the best piece of advice that I can offer. I won't just say be good, because I understand that people aren't good sometimes, and this is a skill-based matchmaking thing. I'll be mentioning that in my other video I'll do about this update, but there is skill-based matchmaking behind the scenes. Once you get to Allegiance level 100, however, go down to the Pirate Legend Tavern and speak with the Pirate Lord. From there, he'll open a secret entrance to something, and well, what happens next? That's for you to find out. That does just about bring us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy them, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel an absolute ton, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. Why not hit the bell as well? But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.